Lesson 6.5, Day 2. I can write and solve a system of equations for a word problem is our learning target. And our essential question says, what information do you need to write a system of equations for a word problem? So what information do you need? So I want you to think about how we write equations for word problems and think about all of the pieces, all of the things that need to go into that system. So our first problem says, write and solve a system of equations, explain the answer. At a sale, Sarah bought 4 shirts and 3 pairs of jeans for $181. Julie bought 1 shirt and 2 pairs of jeans for $94. How much are the shirts and jeans? So this is a sale where shirts are on sale for a certain price and jeans are on sale for a certain price. So I am going to use X to represent shirts, the cost, and then I'm going to use Y to represent the jeans. You can use whatever letters you want for your system. So if you want to use S for shirt and J for jeans, you can go ahead. The letter S, though, kind of looks similar to a number 5, so I'd prefer not to use the letter S. So Sarah, her purchase is going to give us our first equation. 4 shirts plus 3 pair of jeans cost her $181. Then our second equation is going to be for Julie. So Julie got 1 shirt, so 1 shirt and 2 pair of jeans, and hers was, and then I went and wrote a J. Okay, sorry. So 1 shirt, so 1X plus 2 pair of jeans, so 2Y equals $94. All right, so 1 equation for each purchase. Now, we need to create opposites using multiplication. So looking at the coefficients, I am going to focus on the x's. If I multiply by -4 on my bottom equation, then I will have opposites. So my top equation is not changing. My bottom equation, I'm going to distribute -4. So that would give me -4x minus 8y equals -94 times 4, -376. Now I can add my system together and cancel out the x's. So 3 plus -8 is -5, and then I need to do 181 plus -376. So that would give me 5, 9, -195. And if I divide by -5, 195 divided by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And then 5 times 9 is 45. So y equals 39. So that means the jeans are $39. Now, if I go back to one of my original equations, I choose the bottom one this time. So I can substitute $39 for y for the jeans. So I'm using 1x plus 2y equals 94. And replacing y with 39. So 2 times 39 is 78. And then if I subtract 78 on each side, I get 16. So 1x equals 16. Dividing by 1 will not change anything. So x equals 16. So shirts are $16 each and jeans are $39 each. So explaining the answer is right up here. This is enough information to explain it. Each shirt is $16 and each pair of jeans is $39. Next example. Write and solve a system of equations, explain the answer. This one's got a lot of words. Retro Rides is a club for owners of vintage cars and motorcycles. Every year, the club gets together for a ride. This year, 56 vehicles participated in the ride. The total number of tires was 158. Okay, assuming that each car has 4 tires and each motorcycle has 2 tires, how many each of cars and motorcycles participated in the ride? All right, this is really confusing, but they're asking us for cars and motorcycles. So C can represent cars and M can represent motorcycles. Now, what's really tricky about this system is that it's not clear. Like on the last one, we could do one sentence for each. So we could do one for each purchase that was made. This one is trickier. The first thing that I want to work with is the 56 vehicles. So this is where my first equation is going to come from. Okay, so I'm going to erase this stuff so that you see where I'm focusing. This year, 56 vehicles participated in the ride. All right, that's it. Cars plus motorcycles has to add up to 56. That's our equation for the first one. We don't know how many of each, but we do know there were 56 vehicles. Some are cars, some are motorcycles. Now the second equation, we can focus on the number of tires, okay? Cars have 4 tires, so 4C, plus motorcycles have 2, 2F, equals 158 tires total. Now we've got our system. So this one was a lot trickier to set up. Now, I am going to choose on this one. I can either eliminate the cars or the motorcycles. I'm going to eliminate motorcycles. So I see a 2M here. So I'm going to multiply by -2 because then I will have my opposites. So new first equation, -2C, -2M equals -112. Second equation is not changing. So I did not have to multiply both equations here. I only had to multiply one. The same would be true if you wanted to cancel out the cars instead. Then you would multiply the top one by -4. So my M's have canceled. -2 plus 4 is +2. And then -112 plus 158 is 46. 46. So if I divide by 2, C equals 23. So 23 cars participated. And if I go back to my first equation, C plus M equals 56, I know that C is 23. So 23 plus M equals 56. And I would just need to subtract 23 on both sides. So 56 minus 23 is 33. So motorcycles, so 33 motorcycles. So we answered the question, how many each of cars and motorcycles? 23 cars and 33 motorcycles participated in the ride this year. Our next example, Mariana has a total of 40 cakes and pies for a bake sale. The number of pies is 4 less than 3 times the number of cakes. All right, so the first sentence, we need cakes and pies. So C can represent the number of cakes. P can represent the number of pies. She has 40. So cakes plus pies equals 40. She has a total of 40 for the bake sale. The number of pies is, so the number of pies is, Remember that the word is represents an equal sign in math. So pi is 4 less than 3 times the number of cakes. So 3 times the number of cakes, it's 4 less than that. So I subtract 4 from that. So look at my order. Look at my order. 4 less than means I subtract 4 from something. So it's 4 less than 3 times the number of cakes. So I'm subtracting 3c minus 4. Now this system is set up for substitution. So I'm going to solve it using substitution. I will also show you how you could solve it with elimination if you prefer that method. Substitution, you circle the letter by itself. What is it equal to? So in this situation, P is equal to 3c minus 4. So I take that 3c minus 4 and replace the other letter P. So my equation will be C plus, and then in place of the P, I have 3c minus 4, and then equals 40. I can combine my like terms. 1c plus 3c is 4c. 4c minus 4 equals 40. And then finish solving. So add 4 on both sides. 4c equals 44. And then divide both sides by 4. So c equals 11. So cakes, so she has 11 cakes. And if I go back to my original first equation, I know that she's got 11 cakes. So 11 plus P equals 40. I can solve that by just subtracting 11 on both sides. And 40 minus 11 is 29. So she has 11 cakes and 29 pies for the bake sale. Okay, so let's say that you wanted to do elimination instead. I just want to show you how you would get started if you wanted to change this system into elimination. So because elimination means they have to be lined up, I would just take this 3c and move it over to the other side because you want them in the same order. So if I do that, my first equation stays. My second equation, moving that 3c over, turns it into a negative. So it would look like this. And then you could figure out your opposites and do elimination using this system instead. So maybe you would multiply the top equation by 3 to cancel out the c's, or you could multiply either one by -1 to cancel out the p's. So if you want to do elimination, that is always an option for you. You just have to do a little bit of rearranging first. Last example. Write and solve a system. So this one has 2 groups. So remember, each group going to the movie gets its own equation. A is going to represent adults. And then C is children. So the first one is 2a plus 6c equals 18. And then the second one, 3 adults and 2 children equals 13. I'm going to choose to eliminate the letter C because I can do that by multiplying the bottom equation by -3. My top equation is not going to change. Remember, you have a lot of opportunities to create your opposites. I'm choosing this, -3, because then I get -9a, -6c, and -39. So now the letter C has eliminated, and I didn't have to multiply both equations. Adding will give me -7a, and then -21. Dividing gives me adults, 3. So number of adults, or not number, but price for adults, $3 each. And then I can figure out the children, 2 times